investors.
The following is a presentation of TFNN. The Tom O'Brien Show is produced every business day. Tom takes your phone calls toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Let's go to Andy in Boulder, Colorado. Hey, Andy, what's going on, brother?
Not much, Tom. How you been?
I'm great, man. Yourself?
Pretty good. Hey, congratulations on the grandbaby.
Yes, thank you. I know. Tommy just sent me a picture. I mean, it's gorgeous out right now. He just was taking him out for his first walk this morning.
All right.
He's growling and prowling already.
Yeah, I bet.
Now, Tom O'Brien.
Welcome, folks. This is Tom O'Brien of TFNN. We go 5 days a week. We go 7 hours a day. We go 24 hours a day on the internet at TFNN.com. Always remember, folks, whatever you think about, you bring about. Whatever you focus on grows. Hope everyone's having a great day, safe day. Let's make it a great night, folks. Be impeccable with your word. Replace fear with love. The human mind is like a fertile ground where seeds are continually being planted. When you're impeccable with your word, your mind is no longer a fertile ground for the words that come from fear. Your mind is only fertile for the words that come from love. Market-wise, let's take a look at it out here. We have the Dow Industrials up 127, NASDAQ down 19, S&P's flat. Gold contract up $10.40, trading at $19.55 an ounce. You got silver up 22 cents, $23.78 an ounce. Light sweet crude down $1.45, $80.17 a barrel. Notes and bonds. The 10-yen note trading up 11 ticks right now at 115.01. The 30 up a full point plus 1 tick at 130.28. And King Dollar's down 203 ticks, trading at 101.935. The euro is out here at a price point of 108. The yen is at 130, and the British pound is at 123 to 1 U.S. dollar. Our phone number is 877-927-6648. Give us a call, folks. Want to know what's going on in your world and the world of the markets, folks. What we're going to do out here today first, you know, if you were around at the Open today, you've seen something that we haven't seen in quite some time. And the New York Stock Exchange saying it's a glitch. Well, tell that to the folks, okay? I got Walmart up here for a second. Tell that to the folks in Walmart that the stock goes all the way up to 159 on the open and then goes down to 125. Now, this happened with quite a few equities, folks, okay? So the bottom line is that right now the NYSE is not saying much, okay? But can you imagine? So this is how this shook out. This is how this came down. These large institutions, you know, they put orders to buy on the open, sell on the open. So the bottom line is that, see this number here? There's people that bought at 109 today on Walmart. And there's people that had stops in that got stopped out at who knows what price they got stopped out. It went down to 125. Newmont, there's a slew of them out here. What do you see this? I mean, it's just, it's amazing, man. It's, you know, it's a mind blower. Look at Newmont, man. Newmont goes to $60, then down to 47, it's trading 57. Morgan Stanley, Wells Fargo. You're talking about some of the biggest stocks in the country, folks, okay? Well, this is a one-way. Morgan Stanley was a one-way. It basically opened at 84, opened at the low. So that's a... This is going to get so intriguing as to see what they basically do about these trades. And, you know, what has happened in the past, just so you know, is that most of the trades have stuck when this happens. The mind blower of this particular one is the aspect of the large institutions are the ones that actually put, you know, we've seen it at the close a lot, okay, market on close. They sell market on close. Well, what you don't see as much, folks, is just as many market on open orders. And if they have to stick, these money managers are going to go right out of their mind, because the bottom line is that, just like when I brought up Walmart, okay, the bottom line, that market on open was right to the sky. So we'll see what's going to shake out. Market-wise out here, let's go to Microsoft first, because Microsoft's coming out with numbers after the close today. They're looking for $52 billion. Right now, the low for the year is $213, the high is $315. They're looking for $52 billion to the top line and $2.30 to the bottom line. Now, when we look at Microsoft, what's so cool about this, we're going to see how this ABC structure inside the NDX 100 as well as the NASDAQ comes out. Because if it's going to play out inside of the indices, what's going to happen is that you're going to see Microsoft also did an ABC structure up. And on the ABC for Microsoft, it's a 23.A to B. So that's going to give you a price projection out here, up to this 253 area. So we're 241. You can see what happened yesterday. You did 31 million shares. You're taking out the 30 million. And so what's so cool about this is that knowing that you have one of the NDX main equities that have done the same thing as the Qs, and we'll see whether it performs. That's the bottom line. And then Apple, bottom line also is an ABC structure on the way up. If we take a look at Apple, bottom line is that Apple has a 14.A to B. That's going to get you into, let's see, what do we got? 36, 149. And you can see 149. The thing that's pretty amazing about this, all of this means, folks, okay, is that you get to the top of the range. The larger ABC down is still in place. This is this is where this gets really wild. I was on TD Ameritrade this morning, and I do these 3 trades. We're on for about a half hour, and the bottom line is that that's what they're saying. Oh, well, you're bullish. I said, no, I'm not bullish. We're trading, and the bottom line is between Apple and Microsoft, they want to go higher, but all they're doing is going back up to the top of the range. That's how they're shaking out. If we go over to the Qs and you take a look at the Qs out here, what you're going to see inside of the Qs, yesterday you took out the B point with plenty of volume, 52 million shares versus 47. And, you're coming into this big 80 million share there, but it's saying it wants to actually go 2 points beyond that area. So this is going to be pretty cool watching how this whole thing shakes out. Some of the higher volume equities out here. Well, here, let me see. We got a target that wants to look at Nike. So if we take a look at Nike, same setup. Look at this thing. Oh, man. So open. Yeah, it did the same thing. So if there's... Now, this is where this gets interesting. Watch this, folks. So what does the NYSE do when you have a buy on the open, which in a Nike's place, a buy on the open would have been like heaven, $112, okay? Versus we go over to Walmart, watch this, and then you have the buy on the open, and you can see that the buy on the open was $159. So the real question is, the last time that this happened, it was this dramatic, okay? The bottom line is that, it was the May crash, that was different. But bottom line, most of these trades always stay. That's the real trip inside of the context of where we are right now. So we'll see how this shakes out. One of Dave's telling me there's going to be adjustments after the close. Well, you can imagine that. If there's adjustments after the close, you imagine how much they've been adjusting all day long because you can't depend on the exchanges. That's the real bottom line. So we'll see where this whole thing shakes out. You stay right there, folks. We got our man, Mr. Fred Ernest, coming up, the CEO of Vista Gold. Dow Industrials right now up 118. Nasdaq's down 28. S&P's off 2. We'll come right back.
Currencies, commodities, and bond markets are as important as ever right now with how they're driving the volatility in equity markets across the globe, which is why it's a great time to try out Teddy Kegstat's Tiger Forex Report. Teddy Kegstat breaks down Forex markets every Monday using his 30-plus years of experience as a trading veteran of futures, Forex, stocks, and options. Teddy releases his weekly Tiger Forex Report every Monday morning with coverage of all the major currency pairs, including the dollar index, the euro dollar, pound dollar, dollar Swiss, dollar yen, as well as many more, and he also has weekly coverage of the crude oil market and the 30-year T-bonds, as they both influence Forex markets tremendously. When you sign up for the Tiger Forex Report, you also gain instant access to Teddy's 60-minute webinar archive he just hosted, Forex Strategies and Fundamentals, What is Behind the Tiger Forex Report. For all the details and to start your 30-day Tiger Forex Report subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
Are you looking for a way to consistently add winning trades to your portfolio? Tom O'Brien is here to help. Tom O'Brien has been successfully trading markets for over 30 years. A frequent contributor to TD Ameritrade Network and CNBC, Tom O'Brien founded TFNN over 20 years ago to help educate investors just like you. Tom's daily market newsletter, Market Insights, is published every morning when the markets open to give you the competitive informational edge you need to succeed. These newsletters are packed full of Tom's advanced technical analysis and are geared to deliver comprehensive strategies for a successful portfolio. Get Tom O'Brien's newsletter, Market Insights, today and try all of our products and newsletters 30 days risk-free with our money-back guarantee at TFNN.com. TFNN. Educating investors.
Everything in the universe is governed by the Fibonacci sequence. This mathematical principle is responsible for everything from the most aesthetically pleasing artwork to patterns in the stock market. To stay on top of stock patterns you can take advantage of, sign up for the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter at TFNN.com. When you subscribe, you'll get a weekly report from veteran day trader Larry Pesavento on stocks you need to pay attention to. And you can trust Larry's analysis. After all, he's got 45 years experience as a day trader. Larry will also provide daily charts, videos, and data on the key markets that he's tracking. Expect notifications from Larry on market movement you need to act on at any time. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. Subscribe to the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter today. TFNN.com. Educating investors.
Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-873-7618.
Welcome back, folks. Let's get over to our man, Mr. Fred Ernest. Now, Fred, folks, is the CEO of Vista Gold. Vista Gold has a world-class gold project, Mount Todd, in Australia. I happen to own Vista Gold, as well as many tigers and tigresses out here. Fred Ernest, welcome back to TFNN.
Tom, thank you. Good afternoon.
Absolutely. So, pretty cool. We have the gold price out here at 1955. I know you've been out here with that world-class gold project. It's de-risked. So, if you can give us a little update, that'd be great, Fred.
Yeah, thanks, Tom. Last year was a great year for us. We completed the feasibility study for the project, and after that, we retained CIBC Capital Markets as our strategic advisor. Last year was a tough year with regards to inflation and M&A activity slowed down.
Yes.
But the latter part of the year, we started working on an internal scoping study to look at a smaller scale project, one that would have a lower capital cost and potentially be more attractive to potential partners. And we hope to wrap that up a little bit later this quarter. We think that will attract significant interest from those partners who are interested in the optionality of Mount Todd.
Sure. And I get, as to the wind behind your back, you got two deals happening. Just as you said, inflation, and in this particular case, I mean, the gold price has gone pretty dramatically higher since the last time I spoke with you. Let me ask you this, Fred. When folks are doing, large gold projects like this, right? What do they have to use as the price of gold? I mean, because we know gold can go up and down $200, you know what I mean? So you're doing a longer term project. So what are big gold companies looking for to get involved in something like this?
That's an interesting question because every company has their own criteria. And
I see. Okay.
Some are very conservative and using quite low gold prices as their threshold for evaluating projects, in the $1,300-$1,400 range.
I see.
Others are a bit more progressive and looking at a $1,600 gold price, which is where we did our study.
Nice. And can you explain, we all could see, there's no doubt, when you came out with the news release that, you're looking at a smaller project that can bring it a much larger one. Of course, the stock took off. which is awesome. So can you just explain how that works and how that would work somewhat for the clients?
Yeah, so we're evaluating, Mount Todd is large. We have 9.4 million ounces of total resource. We have a proven and probable reserve as reported in our feasibility study of just under 7 million ounces. But we've designed Mount Todd to be attractive to very large partners with a plant size of 50,000 tons a day.
Wow.
We're looking at a smaller project, 15,000 tons a day that would be scalable, that would allow us to build a project and instead of spending almost $900 million on initial capital, something that would be less than $400 million. So it's a way to bootstrap into the project and perhaps generate interest from a group of companies that would be very, very worthy partners, but are mid-tier producers and can't quite bite off a $900 million capex for the project.
Sure, and what does happen in your business is that the aspect is just like you said, whether it's 50,000 tons, when you're talking about larger miners, I mean, the bottom line is that they have to replace, what is basically, coming out of the ground, right, each year.
That's exactly right. And so that's why we designed the project, to be appealing to a larger company. Unfortunately, larger companies are those that are acting most cautiously as we've gone through the last 10 or 12 months, with the impacts and effects of inflation. We think that some of the mid-tier producers and those who are looking for an opportunity to grow and lock in a project that would add significantly to their production profile will find a smaller project that's expandable very, very appealing.
No, I think that's a great move. I mean, and there's no doubt, the last run up, folks, is that when the run was up, everyone wanted to buy at the highs, Fred, right? When we go back to 2011, it's kind of funny how this works, right? But I guess, everyone, I'm not quite sure whether we all learned, but the bottom line is that there's the difference. So you're in Australia, which is, can you talk to folks a little about Australia? Because it's a great jurisdiction, right? And how is the currency going now in the jurisdiction?
Yeah, so Australia is a resource exporting country. Well-established, very reliable mining laws. They're very supportive of the mining industry. In fact, most Australians, unlike here in the United States, most Australians own mining stocks. It's just part of their national culture. And so we find it to be a very safe geopolitical jurisdiction, very easy to work in. They understand the mining industry. As far as the currency goes and exchange rates, right now we're trading around 69 cents US per Aussie dollar. That's a very good exchange rate for the project. Our analysis was done at 71 cents. And it seems that it's pretty stable in that range. It's been going back and forth between 68 and 70 cents. So it's a really good exchange rate for us and the project.
And when we have miners, right? I mean, the bottom line, miners, folks, can be in the middle of anywhere or nowhere. In Mount Todd's case, I mean, you actually not only have the mine, but then you have the means actually to get this to market. Is that correct?
Mount Todd is probably one of the most accessible large-scale mines in all of Australia. It's about 250 kilometers southeast of Darwin, 30 minutes north of Katherine, 10 minutes east of the major highway that connects Darwin on the north coast to Adelaide on the south, and we have paved roads right to the mine site. So this is a site that, unlike many other operations that are remote, that require fly-in, fly-out access, or driving for hours and hours, literally in 2.5, 3 hours at the most from the Darwin airport, I can be at site. And that just speaks to the accessibility of the project. And with Katherine, a community of somewhere in the range of 18,000 people, 30 minutes away, we've got a community close by, all the support we need, and it's a great place for families to live.
That's amazing. That's pretty cool. And, the bottom line is that all we keep hearing, the mantra is that, don't worry about inflation, don't worry about inflation. But the reality is, listen, it seems to me that, inflation might come down, but it's going to be really hard to get it down to 2%. So when inflation's here, we can go back to that old story about, 1930s, an ounce of gold gets you what? A suit. 2000 gets you a suit. Now it gets you a suit, right? I mean, it's pretty cool when you look at that context, because plenty of people, it keeps up. It keeps up with the cost of inflation. It's pretty amazing.
It really is, and while the numbers move around a little bit because of inflation, and our costs we estimate that our capital costs are about 8% higher than they were a year ago.
Okay.
Price of gold moving up, the Mount Todd economics have always demonstrated very robust.
Absolutely. Well, listen, Fred, this was great. Appreciate the update. And folks, trades on the New York American Exchange, VGZ. Fred, have a great one, safe one, and we plan on having you back again.
Very well.
Thank you, man. Have a great one. Stay right there, folks. We'll come right back.
If you want to take advantage of this sector, now is the time to subscribe to my Gold Report. The Gold Report is a comprehensive look at the metals sector as well as the markets that move gold, which is the currency and bond markets. New subscribers get a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to lose. Every Monday morning, I publish the Gold Report with coverage of gold, silver, bonds, the XAU, HUI, GDX, as well as more than 30 different mining equities. To see for yourself the types of profitable trades that are recommended within the Gold Report, sign up now by visiting TFNN.com. Don't miss out on the next great gold trade. Sign up today.
Sharpening your skills as an investor is like getting better at playing a musical instrument. You have to practice, sure, but you also need excellent instruction from experts. At TFNN, you'll get advice and guidance from the authority in technical market analysis. And it's not just dry, tedious text either. TFNN airs live financial content streamed live on TFNN.com and TFNN's YouTube channel with Tiger TV, live every market day from 8:30 a.m. to 4 p.m. Eastern, for free. Each host is an experienced trader and gives their take on the market while taking calls and questions live from around the world. From the moment the market opens until the closing bell sounds, Tiger TV has 8 different shows with expert hosts to help you make the right moves with your money. Watch online at TFNN.com or on TFNN's YouTube channel and become the investor you were born to be. TFNN, educating investors.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartleys, ABCs, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com.
This segment is brought to you by Thinkorswim. For more information, just click the Thinkorswim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. And it does look like he's going to bust all these trades. We'll see what they're going to bust. 250 trades. That's the bottom line. 250 stock symbols, folks. And you know what? That doesn't help people. Well, it should help most of them, I suspect. And what it is that what it doesn't help them is that if they thought they were in one thing and they weren't, then they flipped around the other side. It's going to be a trip in general to see where this shakes out. What it does show, folks, is that how fragile the system is. That's the bottom line. That's where people are going to be totally freaked out, that your money can get down a drain in about 1 second. And the bottom line is that that's exactly how this thing shook out, you know. And then it's like, okay, oh, sorry, not sorry. You know, it's a problem. It's a monster problem. There's no doubt about that. We go take a look at, well, let's look at Microsoft first. So Microsoft's coming out with the numbers after the close. We take a look at this, and so she's been going sideways all day, 22 million shares, which is nothing. And that is what you'd actually be looking for, though, if it's going to go up. You know, yesterday, you know, we got up higher with 31 million shares. You're backing now at 22. So I suspect this is going to go. Now, that being said, watch this, because if we put this is where this gets really wild, because if we put this on even weeklies, you can see, man, you're still in a downtrend. I mean, in a monster way, too. It's like, okay, you know, if we go back up to the higher range, what that does is that, yeah, you still got it, meaning you're a little higher range, but you can see that when you actually look at this, you're going to see that, look at that channel, man. That's our man Basil. That's his channel. And this is what's really cool, okay? So what does happen, folks, is this. Do we have Basil? Oh, I see, okay. So what you do see is that as we go back up to the top of the second channel line, the real kick is going to be, does it make it or not? You know, but you can see right from the highs of 349, and now you're at 241. I suspect it's going to be, you know, it's going to be interesting about the Microsoft deal also, folks, is that are they going to talk about GBT at all? You know, that's the real bottom line. We'll see how this whole thing shakes out. You know, because Google's getting hit all over the place now. Google, you know, the Justice Department went after them today for, you know, having a monopoly on digital. But look at the stock. The stock's not doing anything. And here, I got to show you this. This is DHI. Wait till you see this. This is a mind blower. DH Horton. What is DH Horton? D, I see. There we go. Okay, DHI. So wait till you see this. This is a mind blower, folks. But guess what? This is what markets do sometimes. Well, they can do a lot. So DH Horton come out, and they didn't hit their numbers either. Not even close, okay? So they're saying beats estimates. Yeah, that's not even close. What is this? I was going through these this morning. Okay, DH Horton, one of the largest home builders, beat quality estimates and reported gross margins that came in high end of the company's thing. Okay, 1 second. I got to get this down here because the bottom line is that somehow they beat the numbers, but what you want to look at, folks, is how many houses they moved out and the cancellations, and they were huge, man. They were so. Okay. Here it is. 27% of DH Horton's gross sales were canceled during the fiscal quarter, lower than the 30% expected. The company also, okay, that one, let's see, specs. The bottom line is that they're basically sugarcoating this whole deal. Okay, purchase contracts for the 3 months through December fell 38% from a year earlier. I mean, yeah, okay. So the same thing happened here in Beazer Homes also, folks, okay? So we take this, let's take a look at it. It's interesting, man. Yeah, let me see this thing. This is wild. I mean, so listen to this. This is just a mind blower. But, you know, I got to tell you something, man. This is what happened. I'm going to show you this. This is what happened in 2007, too. Because the first time up, I was short the home builders, and I had to close them. And then the second time, that's when they went to the dirt in about 2 seconds. Look at this, man. I mean, these home builders are in better shape than the tech stocks. The high in DH Horton is at 108. We're trading at 97. Now, the volume's dying on the way up, but we'll see where it shakes out. But I'm going to bring this back because I want to show you something, because I remember this so well because I was short them the first time and I didn't do well. Let's see, 15, 20 years. Okay, so here it is right here. So look at this right here. Yeah, it's because it took longer. Okay, so let me open this up this way. Whoops. Okay, I know what I'll do. Let's see, that's 2005. Okay, so I want to go 2003. I'll go 2008. Okay, this should look clean. Okay, so look at this, watch this. See this right here? Okay, so this is where it happened. Okay, 2005, what you had is that we're at $42, right? Because if you remember, what happened between 2005 and 2007, that's when they turned around and all the mortgage brokers started saying, okay, we're going to get you, now we're going to do variables at like prices that are so sick. And this is where the liar loans came into being. So you had 2000, you're at $42 in July of 05. You go down to 28 in October of 06. And then watch, you come all the way back up to 41 in July of 06. And then see ya, don't want to be ya, you go from $41 down to $3.79. So it's going to be a total mind blower if this is what we are shaking out again on this area. And if that's the case, I suspect what we're actually going to be doing is that we're going to have higher rates for a longer period of time. And, you know, the next thing that you're going to hear out of everyone's mouth that you still, you know, we had this chat maybe 3 or 4 months ago. It's stagflation, man, because I don't see these jobs coming down. It's you know, you get plenty of people, as one of our targets was saying, that you have so many people that are out of the workforce. You don't have so many coming back in. That brings the numbers down, meaning, you know, and, you know, when I was just talking to Fred Ernest, inflation's not going away, man. You know, we're not going to 2% in another year. That's just not how it goes, man. That's almost impossible to do, actually, you know. So we'll see where the whole thing shakes out. But I suspect that these numbers are going to stay higher. You know, between Microsoft and Apple, I think this is a trade to the higher end of the range. And then, you know, see ya, don't want to be ya. Dow Industrials right now up 77, Nasdaq's down 50, S&Ps are off 8.5. You stay right there, folks. We'll come right back.
If you're looking for potential trading setups in the stock market, then Rocket Equities and Options Report is a newsletter you should try. Tommy O'Brien delivers options and equity trades when the markets present them, using a combination of fundamentals and technicals. Sign up for Rocket Equities and Options Report today with a 30-day money-back guarantee, so you have nothing to risk. For all the details and to start your subscription today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. TFNN, educating investors.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Biotech is booming, but for how long? Whether you think the biotech bull has room to run or has run its course, trade LABU or LABD. Direction's daily S&P Biotech 3 times bull and bear ETFs. Visit directioninvestments.com/biotech today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC.
TFNN has launched the Tiger's Den. Hosted at Discord, TFNN has been educating traders for more than 20 years with live programming hosted by a variety of professional traders during market hours. The Tiger's Den, available to all tigers and tigresses for just $1 for the year. There's no catch or added costs when you join our community of traders. Sign up today and become a part of this educational community of traders. Just visit the front page of TFNN.com.
This program is brought to you by Vista Gold, traded on the NYSE American and TSX under the symbol VGZ.
Tom O'Brien.
Welcome back, folks. Dow Industrials right now up 42, Nasdaq's down 61, S&P's down 13. Let's get over to our man, Mr. Basil Chapman. Most of the time we get him at 20 past. We're going to get him at 42 past, which is a beautiful thing. And don't forget, folks, Basil has an outstanding newsletter, The Opening Call. Now, it's very easy to get Basil's newsletter, folks. Come over to our website at TFNN. You're going to go into newsletters. You'll see The Opening Call right on the left-hand side. You can get The Opening Call for 1 month for $149. You get it for 6 months for $695, which is a savings of $199 or 22%, and you can get it for 1 full year for $1195, which is a savings of $593 or 33%. Now, they all come, folks, with a 30-day money-back guarantee. When you get Basil's newsletter, you're going to get about 12 great archives so you can understand exactly how you ride that wave and how Basil looks at the market each and every day. Every Saturday, you're going to get a rundown that's incredible. You can sit around on your weekend, you have fun with the kids, the grandkids, whatever you're doing, as you read it and get ready for Monday morning. Basil Chapman, what's going on?
Hi, Tom. How are you?
I'm doing great. How you doing? I'm glad you got through all those difficulties. Great to have you on, man.
Yeah, it's fantastic.
That's all that matters.
With technology, you can have one little dot that goes in the wrong place, and all of a sudden everything shuts down.
Yeah, tell that to the New York Stock Exchange.
I had a glitch, but boy, did they have a glitch this morning. There were some stocks that were 20% up and 20% down from their closing price yesterday. I don't know how they resolved that. I know from May 2010 was it? I remember that day so well. I was playing tennis, and I said to my partner, "I've got to get back. The market's down 1,000 points," and I got back just in time to do some trading on the upside.
Seriously.
So this is something I don't know how to resolve it. But what really is fascinating is that the indexes themselves are telling us quite a story. So now I'm showing you the Dow.
Okay.
Right here, and the Dow is up 38 points. It was up quite a bit more. But what's really important is that you see this. I'll just show you this for a second. Yeah, I've shown it to you for about 3 weeks now, and I've said, this is what I'm watching so closely. These are weekly charts, black background. This is the QQQ. Let me just start off with the Dow. And the reason why we're still long the Dow, still actually a little bit quite aggressively along the Dow, although we've taken some profits, is that it's so nicely above the inside track repellent zone. Now that's a propellant zone, and you can see the green line is the 9-period moving average. It means we're in a sideways digestive phase. But look at this. The S&P, we've been waiting for, weeks and weeks. I've been showing you this chart, and it has, even this week, we have to wait till Friday. It hasn't closed above that green line, the inside track, a little mini channel. And then look how it's been a fantastic repellent. You want that to become a propellant, but it did turn green with a 9 over the 14. The MACD is good. Stochastic is improving. It's now at 78%. I like 80% or more. The green on-balance volume is working well. So this is a weekly chart. First time for the 3 weeks in a row. We had 3 weeks before, but it couldn't break out. This is the third week, and we're touching that green line. Look at the QQQ. We've been waiting for this for a long time. Finally, touching that green line. It's midweek. We're going to see, actually, it's got a few days to go. We're going to see if it's able to close above that line. Look at the MACD's improving, stochastics improving, on balance volume, the green line, and the IWM Russell 2000. So I've been showing you this for ages. Look, the Russell 2000 actually has been above for 3 weeks now, and it's starting to say small caps are participating in some way. So I talked to you about rotational markets, how sometimes on the upside, when things are getting overextended in one particular index or a couple of indexes, then other indexes or stocks that have been really very weak, like a Shopify, or those stocks that just got hammered to the downside, suddenly have these huge rallies off the low. Well, that's what we're seeing here. So there's a rotation going on. But I think sideways for the moment is what we're looking at. And you can see that here in the Dow chart. But what's really important to me, looking, and this is what I've been trying to do for subscribers, if you're trying to get into sectors that look like they have room to rally, it doesn't tell you how much, but it says they've got very good support and they are able to hold sharp moves to the downside. So we're going to see how that works here. And most importantly, what is a factor is that if you look at the VIX index, the VIX index is still way down at 19, under 20. Now, people say, oh, at 19, it used to be at 8 and 7. You know, you can go back, but things change. And through COVID, there's been a huge change. So I don't look at a price as if it's a fixed price. So for me, the volatility index, if it starts to go from 19 to the 21, 22 area, that's going to say, okay, now be very careful. So don't think that it has to go to a certain number. If it starts to rally and it goes towards the 22s, market becomes very vulnerable. So in this context, if you're looking at, say, the XLK, which is the tech sector, the tech sector has finally gone to the 200-period moving average. And I like to look at these things and say, look, you don't have to prove anything to me. Just show me what you do. And in this particular instance, look how the 200-period moving average on the S&P Select Spider Fund was resistance, then it became a propellant, and then it became resistance. And from that slide back in August, never looked back, couldn't get back. And then finally it started touching the 200-period moving average. But even at that peak D, and I always look at the fourth highest peak D as something to be careful of. And look what happened. It went above, came back down. We're back in leg D.
So we're on leg D now, right? Okay.
And we're on leg D. It will be probably, we've only got another 5 minutes to go or so. So it will be a peak D today because I can't see it making a new high above yesterday's high. So I look at these things and I say, tell me what's happening. I don't have to tell you what's happening. So the 200-period moving average says it's a magnet. It's a magnet even on the S&P. Look, I'll go back. Oops, I'll go back to the S&P. And how it deals with it. And I like to look at it and say, okay, you've become a magnet. Before you were a repellent, you become a magnet. So here we are stuck on the 200-period moving average.
Right.
You want to see, by Monday of next week, you want to see the S&P either in the 4,028, 4,032 level, or if it starts to pull back, then that's telling us that it just hasn't yet got the power to break through. So I think this is a very nice, we've had a fabulous move over the last couple of weeks. And now I think this is kind of a digestive phase, a rotational phase. And I think by Friday, you can tell which sectors are holding very well. I don't know what's going to happen with that huge spike. I mean, we were in VZ. We got out of that because I wasn't prepared to wait for the earnings report today. And then look what happened. Look at this. It has a high today it closes yesterday at about 39, and it has a high of 44.73 and a low of 32.76. I don't know what you do with this, but
what they said, Basil, is that they're going to break these trades after the close.
They are. Okay.
But the real question is, we both know this. When you do trade, folks, okay, I suspect people are still going to lose money and make money because it's like, what do you do? Just like, okay, this announcement was only made literally 10 minutes ago, folks, okay? So if you're in or you're out, what are they going to do with your other trades as you trade around it, you know?
And not only that, people use that money for other things.
Totally. Exactly. You know?
It's an embarrassment to his face, and it should not happen.
Yeah.
So it's going to be an important week. I want to see the Dow in the 34,200s by Friday. That'll be really good.
There we go. Folks, come over to our website at TFNN. You're going to go to newsletters, hit newsletters, Basil, the opening calls right on the right-hand side. Basil, you have a great night, safe night. We look forward to the show tomorrow.
Thank you very much, Tom.
Thank you. Stay right there, folks. We'll come right back. Dow right now is up 77. Nasdaq's down 43. S&P's off 8.
The technology around us is changing every day. With so much happening, it can seem impossible to keep up with all the information. David White's investment newsletter, The Technology Insider, is designed to give you all the information you need to understand the technology that shapes today's markets and tomorrow's future. David White has made his living staying on the cutting edge of technology. His weekly newsletter will give you specific recommendations for value tech stocks, as well as entry prices, target prices, and stops to set for each trade. Dave delivers his weekly newsletters every Friday with updates throughout the week. You can get the Technology Insider at TFNN.com for only $37.50. Sign up for David's newsletter, The Technology Insider, and get an inside look at everything the technology sector has to offer. Try it risk-free today with our 30-day money-back guarantee. TFNN, educating investors.
You might think that if you want to be successful at trading in the stock market, you're going to need a crystal ball. After all, it's impossible to predict the future, right? Like any endeavor in life, before you decide it's impossible, get some advice from the experts. You might find that it's not so impossible after all. For daily market overviews that give you direction on the key indices, selective stocks, and commodities, subscribe to the Opening Call newsletter at TFNN.com. The Opening Call newsletter is written by Basil Chapman, creator of the trading methodology known as the Chapman Wave. The Chapman Wave up-down sequence gives you an edge in identifying price turns, finding the peaks and valleys in stock prices. Get the Opening Call newsletter by Basil Chapman in your inbox every day. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know, and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Everything in the universe is governed by the Fibonacci sequence. This mathematical principle is responsible for everything from the most aesthetically pleasing artwork to patterns in the stock market. To stay on top of stock patterns you can take advantage of, sign up for the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter at TFNN.com. When you subscribe, you'll get a weekly report from veteran day trader Larry Pesavento on stocks you need to pay attention to. And you can trust Larry's analysis. After all, he's got 45 years experience as a day trader. Larry will also provide daily charts, videos, and data on the key markets that he's tracking. Expect notifications from Larry on market movement you need to act on at any time. First-time subscribers also get a 30-day money-back guarantee. If you're not satisfied, let us know and you'll get a full refund within 30 days of signing up. Subscribe to the Fibonacci 24/7 newsletter today. TFNN.com, educating investors.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV.
Welcome back, folks. Listen to this. This is amazing, folks, okay? Crypto chaos snags Wall Street lender of next to last resort. You know, just when you think, you know, technically I feel like I know quite a bit about the markets, right? But check this out, folks. This is amazing. A depression-era backstop that Wall Street banks use, short-term funding, is the latest corner of traditional finance to be ensnared by upheaval in the crypto industry. For decades, the Federal Home Loan Bank system has been the preferred option for lenders in need of cash. But recent revelations that some of the money went to crypto-friendly banks after the collapse of the digital exchange FTX is stroking concern, the better stroke concern of mission creep, with funds going far afield from the home loans that the program was originally designed to boost. Let's check this out. Each year, U.S. lenders tap the Federal Home Bank system to borrow hundreds of billions of dollars at rock-bottom rates and without the stigma of seeking help from the Federal Reserve. It's a widely seen as the safety net during crises, economic downturns that has been dubbed the lender of the next to last reserve on a play of the nickname of a Fed's famed discount window. Bottom line, we know that, I'm really wondering how Silvergate stayed in business, too, because they lost $1 billion. So here it is. The wonky public policy and debate over the role of the banks is now morphing into a political one. Forget a political one, man. The crypto bank should not be hitting the Federal Home Loan Bank, okay? Silvergate Capital, Signature Bank, and Metropolitan Bank said recently that they received loans. The disclosure is a dovetail of the warnings from regulators that crypto could eventually threaten the financial system, and it can. We know how this goes, folks, okay? The bottom line is that the reason that the system fell apart in 2007 was for fraud. Guess what? That can happen again, okay? The bottom line is that the regulators better be all over it. Stay right there, because when I do the update, folks, we might have Microsoft numbers out. Dow Industrial's up 124, NASDAQ down 28, S&P's up, S&P's down 2.5. Oh, come back and visit Tommy tomorrow morning. Lots of earnings coming out, lots of earnings tomorrow morning. He takes it 9 o'clock, folks. Stay right there. We might have Microsoft numbers as soon as I do this update.